Yeah, woo, got him. Sniped another one. Here we go. Oh, it's only me and one other guy left. Where's he at? Oh, I think I see him over the hill. Let me switch. Oh, I need my sniper. Wow, got him. Yeah, woo, another dub. Yeah, JB is the best. You got this. I just got you. Yeah. Oh, hey guys, what's up? What y'all up to today? Oh, y'all wanted to see what I learned today? Y'all want to know what kind of knowledge Mr. Boyd was dropping today? We were talking some crazy stuff. We're out here talking about the Neolithic era. The Neolithic era from 8,000 BCE to 4,000 BCE. That don't make sense. Mr. Boyd said the numbers counted backwards back then. So in BCE, it counted backwards. There were bigger numbers. The bigger numbers meant it was farther back in time. The smaller numbers meant it was closer to us. He said that neo meant new and lithic meant stone. See, he said the Neolithic era was the new Stone Age. Neo? I thought Neo was that guy from the Matrix. You know, the one that can dodge bullets and stuff and lean back and touch the ground all crazy like? He even flew one time. That was wild. He said that during this time that people began to settle down and learn how to grow their own food. He said it was called systematic agriculture, and it brought about a sedentary lifestyle. And that sedentary meant staying in one place. That humans were able to start keeping animals, and they grew food on a regular basis, and they had recurring and reliable harvest. I don't know if I could grow my own food. I don't know where little Debbie's grow. And I ain't ever seen a Pepsi tree before. I don't know what I would do without my soda and snack cakes. He said it was about 9,000 years ago that farmers started planting staple crops. I don't want to eat a staple. Oh, he said that staple crops were foods that most people relied on. Like in China, they planted rice. And in Central America, they planted corn and beans and squash. And in Africa, they planted tubers. And I said, well, what's a tuber? That's weird. He said it was a yam. A yam? Yeah, a sweet potato. Okay, I knew what that was, but I didn't know no tuber or a yam. That was just craziness. I know what he was talking about. He was just making up words. He said that some of these crops were important in their religion and their creation stories. He said that the early farmers, they discovered that grinding grains could make flour and that they could make bread. Make bread? I thought it came in the grocery store in a plastic bag. I didn't know you could make bread. He said that people figured out that the soil was fertile. Fertile soil? He said, yeah, that's where the plants would grow better because they had all the nutrients they needed. And he said that places where there were long springs and summers were places where people wanted to settle because those were better farming sites. He said the climate would help them thrive and grow lots of crops. He said that people like to stay by the lakes and rivers because that's where all the water was. And they had that nutrition and they could catch fish and eat seafood. Seafood? I like shrimp. Wonder if they ate a lot of shrimp. He said that when they planted their crops, they looked for the biggest, best looking, and best tasting plants, and they pulled the seeds from them to grow the next time. So that their crops got bigger every time they grew them. He said it would bring up a better, stronger, tastier round of crops. He called it the domestication of plants. Domestication of plants? He said that domesticate meant to tame or adapt for your own use. Well, I've heard of a domesticated animal. I got dogs. They're domesticated. When they do something, I say good dog. So if I have domesticated plants, would I say good corn? I don't know. That's crazy. Would I pet the corn? Give it treats when it's growing? It's domesticated. It was a revolution, he said. It was called the agricultural revolution. He said people stopped hunting and gathering, that they could build houses, and they set up sedentary communities. There's that word again, sedentary. He said I was sedentary when I sat at home and played my Fortnite all the time. He said that people started developing social classes, and we had civilizations begin to rise. He even said that, yeah, they did animal domestication too. He said they would tame wild animals like sheep and goats and pigs, and they'd use them for milk, meat, and wool. He said dogs were once wild. They had to find bones on their own. I don't think my dog could survive that. He'd be like me, looking for the Nylabone tree, not able to find it. We wouldn't know where it was at. He couldn't find that dog food tree either. He wouldn't know how to find any dog food. He said that the dog was the first animal to be domesticated, and it helped humans hunt before they settled down. He said bigger animals were domesticated in other parts of the world. In India, they domesticated elephants. Could you imagine having a pet elephant? Do you know where a pet elephant sits? Anywhere he wants to, that's where he sits. He probably crushes your couch. He said that they started irrigating. They had an irrigation system. He said that they would dig canals. I said, canal? What's a canal? He said it was like a big ditch that would bring water to the crops. He said that the communities, these civilizations, would have a lot of extra food, and they called that a surplus. And it was more than what was needed. And I'm like, well, what is that? And he told me it's like when I go out to eat and I bring home a doggy bag with my leftovers in it. That's a surplus. He said it would feed more people, and that the communities would expand and didn't have to follow the herds around. Well, that was crazy. That's some wild stuff. Mr. Boyd was talking about all these people settling down and growing these crops, and he called it the Neolithic era, the New Stone Age. New stones, I thought all stones were old. It's just a rock anyway, right? It's crazy. But we'll see. All that's some interesting stuff. He said we're going to learn more tomorrow. So I'll let you know how that goes when you come back to see me tomorrow night. In the meantime, I got to get back to my game. So y'all have fun, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, time to go. Let's go. Load in. Hurry up. Why is my PlayStation stuck on the loading screen? I need it to get where it needs to be. Why is it not moving? Come on, PlayStation. Let's go. Let's get this thing going.